Welcome back to our online English literature class. Hope you have done well in your second term exam. So before starting this session, let me explain you third term syllabus. So children, open your book and just see. We have completed up to lesson number 10. Our last poem was Great Wide Beautiful Wonderful World. Now we will study lesson number 11, a Tuesday, lesson number 12, a game of hopscotch, and a poem, Planting the Tree. So this much portion we have to cover. So now pay attention to your studies. So let us start lesson number 11 today. The name of the lesson is A Tuesday. So children, open your book, page number 105, lesson number 11, A Tuesday. The writer of this poem is P.L. Travers. P.L. Travers, Pramila Leyden Travers, was an Australian English writer who spent most of her time in England. She is best known for the Mary Poppins series of children's book. So this story is an extract from Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. So now children, open your book, page number 105, and concentrate on your studies. Listen carefully. On an afternoon walk to the park with his sister Jane, the twins and their governess. Governess is a person who look after the children and teach them, take care of the children when the parents are busy, when the parents go on workplace. So these governors look after their children at home. So Mary Poppins is a governess on an afternoon walk to the park with his sister Jane, the twin and their governess. Mary Poppins, Michael Bang find a compass by the roadside. So here in this story, the main characters are Michael Banks, Jane, and their governess Mary Poppins. Their governess Mary Poppins. So one afternoon they went for an evening walk and Michael got a compass. What is a compass? Compass is a device to used to find the direction. So when Mary Poppins saw the compass, she told them, she told Jane and Michael that the compass take people around the world. This compass take people around the world. But Michael does not believe her. Then all at once the magic begins to happen. Then Mary Poppins showed them how this compass work. She took the compass in her hand and she said north. So at once the compass worked. The numbers, the letters on the compass, what are the letters here? North, south, east, west. These are the letters written on the compass. The letters Giddle moved and suddenly they reached to the north region of the world. So let's now read the chapter nicely. Now children, let's read the chapter. On an afternoon walk to the park with his sister Jane, the twins and their governess, Mary Poppins, Michael Banks finds a compass by the roadside. So Michael Bang find a compass by the roadside. Mary Poppins tell Michael and Jane that the compass takes people around the world. But Michael does not believe her. Then all at once the magic begins to happen. Now the magic started. Mary Poppins had a curious expression on her face. Curious means strange expression. You just watch. Who said? Mary Poppins said to Michael and Jane. Said that watch, let me show you the magic. She said. She held the compass in her hand and said north. The letters slide round the arrow, dancing giddily. Giddily means in an uncontrolled way. All the letters started moving. Suddenly, the surroundings grew bitterly cold, and the wind became so icy that Jane and Michael shut their eyes against it. When they opened them, the park had disappeared. Instead, they were surrounded by a great boulders of blue ice and snow. So what happened? Now they reached to the north region of the earth. So they were standing in the park, and when Mary Poppins said north, they immediately went to the north side and the park had disappeared. And they were surrounded by the great boulders, huge rocks of blue ice and snow. In the northern part of the world, there is so much snow all around the earth. Oh, oh, cried Jane, shivering with cold and surprise. What has happened to us? So now Jane started shivering. ठंड से कांपने लगी. What has happened to us? Mary Poppins sniffed. At that moment, a huge white polar bear leaped out from behind a rock. So when they were talking, suddenly a polar bear jumped from behind the rock. He stood on his hind leg and hugged Mary Poppins. He stood on his hind leg and came closer to Mary Poppins. Welcome to the North Pole. Who said? Polar bear said to Mary Poppins. He said, smiling widely. Jane and Michael trembled. They were afraid. Jane and Michael were afraid. Did polar bear eat children? They wondered. They were surprised. They were thinking that polar bear will eat the twin children. You are shivering, the bear said kindly. Now polar bear said, why you are shivering? Let me get you a little snack. Polar bear said, let me give you a little snack, something to eat. And he sprang into the blue-green water and came up with a herring. Sprang means jumped and moved quickly. He jumped into the blue-green water. See, on the North Pole, there was completely dust free. There are no dirt, no dust, no garbage, nothing. The water is totally clean, so it looks blue green. So this polar bear jumped into the blue green water and came up with a herring. Herring is a small silvery fish generally found on the northern region. He tucked the fish into Mary Poppins' hand. He tucked means push with great care and fondness, because this fish is very tender. So he put the fish in Mary's hands. "Tell me something," he began, but Mary Poppins interrupted him. Then this polar bear started. He asked, "Why you are coming? How you are coming here?" Then Mary Poppins said, "We are on a world tour and have to leave. Thank you for the fish." Then Mary said, "Thank you for this fish. We are moving on the world tour." Then she again took the compass in her hand and she said, "South." "South," she said to the compass. Now children, turn to the next page. Jane and Michael felt the world spinning round them. Now what happened? As Mary Poppins said south, the compass started spinning. The letters in the compass started spinning, and they felt that the earth is spinning round and round. The air grew soft and warm as they found themselves in a leafy jungle. So they were in the icy land. Now they come to a soft and warm place. They found themselves in a leafy jungle. "Welcome," shrieked a large hyacinth macaw. Hyacinth macaw is a big parrot generally found in South America. The size of the parrot is around 1 meter. So, with outstretched wings, they met Mary Poppins. "How nice to see you. Will you wait?" Who said? Hyacinth macaw said, "Mary Poppins, how nice to see you. Will you wait?" "Alas, we can't. We are on way round the world." Mary Poppins said, "No, we cannot wait. We are on the world tour." "What a journey." "Well, at least eat some bananas instead of that wingling fish." The fish was in Mary Poppins' hand. So this parrot said, "At least you should eat some bananas instead of this wingling fish." Wingling means twisting and turning with quick movement. The fish was moving because it is out of the water. But Mary Poppins shook her head and said, "East." Now, what Mary Poppins said? East. Jane and Michael were very disappointed. They wanted to eat some bananas. Why were they disappointed? Because Mary Poppins did not wait, did not stay there, and this Jane and Michael want to eat some bananas. Again, the world went spinning. Spinning means moving round and round. So again, when Mary Poppins said east, the world went spinning round them, and they found themselves in a grassy clearing. Clearing means an open space in a forest, surrounded by bamboo trees, green paper-like leaves rustling. Rustling means the sound produced by the dry leaves in the breeze. And above that, quiet swishing. They could they could hear a steady rhythmic sound. So now they went to the east region. Glancing round, they saw a large furry shape, black with blotches of white. Jane and Michael gazed at each other. Now, what they saw? Let's see. Let's read further and see what they saw in the east side of the earth. Was it a dream from which they would wake? Or was it really a panda? The panda drew a long breath. The panda drew a long breath means the panda was asleep and he was taking a long breath, breathing loudly. So children, hope you have understood half of the story. Once again you read it and see the hard words, learn the spellings, go through the meanings, and tomorrow we will study the further half of the story. Thank you.